Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you have had a wonderful week. I might turn down the volume a little bit on the game because it's a little loud for me. There we go. I hope that the day finds you well. It is currently Friday, 7:40 a.m., July 11th. I'm getting halfway towards July already. No idea where this year is gone, but it's been a year. It's been a year. I sit back and do some reflecting. Oh, the things that have happened. It's been. I don't know if there's anybody there. Let's see if there's anybody at the Primal Pets. Maybe. We'll see if there's anybody there. It says one person. Today is just a relaxing day. It's been a busy week. Got a lot of things done. Hubby had the last 3 days off, so Tuesday through Thursday, and took advantage of him being home to get some things done because it would take it'd be just a lot faster, and it did. It was great, and then it was just great having him here during all my Bible studies and stuff, and we sat outside and just we do our daily devotionals and just talk. It was great. I've enjoyed it. I am sad that it's over, that he's back to work today. But you know, yeah, I've got more cave crickets coming. Okay. I get all this stuff to go through. Pretty soon the rad scorpions are gonna show up. Those are not my favorite, I tell ya. Please. See if I do not like rad scorpions. I don't know why these things like me so much. I am not a rad scorpion girl. I know it's gonna be over cucumbered. He just like insta-died when he comes. That was cool. Oh, there's another one. Ah. There we are. You get the two, you get the two legendaries, so that's kind of nice. a lot of junk here. I don't know why I'm so over cucumbered. I think it might be because of these, like 15, yeah, 15 pounds right there. Exterminators can go. I don't know if that is going to be anything that's useful, honestly, and I got all this stuff. I did not, I didn't go through my stuff the last time that I was on. I did Radiation Rumble and then just hopped off because I wanted to do my dailies. And one of them was mutants and stuff. So, yeah, did that. That's funny how the nuclear ice got in here. There we go. That brought my weight down a little bit, but it's still like quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure what I'm carrying. I'll have to go through and see. I'll go ahead and just put these in there. I don't know if these, yeah, those don't weigh anything anymore. They used to weigh stuff. That used to be a, I keep that just in case. I know this weighs a lot. It's like 12 pounds. I can't put that in my stash box. uh, jeez. I'm still in danger. I don't know from what. Unless it's somewhere else. Is Beast of Burden? Yeah, there's like 9 people there. We'll go there for Beast of Burden. We'll get that done. I don't think that I've got any dailies to do. I hopped on yesterday for a little bit to do my dailies, so I've got that done. I was supposed to play with a friend, I think a day or two ago, and didn't hop on when I was supposed to, and I was tired by the time that we were done doing what we did. So I just hopped on, did my dailies. I didn't want to bother anybody because I was only going to be on for like 15 minutes, if that, just enough time to do my dailies, do my fishing daily. So, like, I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to bother anybody, and it's not that I didn't want to play. It's just like I literally didn't want to be a bother. Because I was only going to be on for such a short period of time, and it just seemed like, okay, this isn't even. The Ugwa. Oh, you, that was mean. How did you even get me? That was funny. It's like, how did you even get me? I was underneath the thing. I got another holy fire, which is sad because I don't really have room in my stash box. I really gotta do some inventory management. Yeah, got all my dailies done. Weeklies are done. I just have to do the repeatable. Um, so, and then for the fishing on this account, I really don't have much to do. I've already caught the axolotl for July and June. Um, can't wait to see what the striped one looks like for August. That is my birthday month, and I still gotta catch the organ grinder. Um, let's see. Let's go to a foundation. I'm gonna get some of my treasury notes turned in. Hopefully they do a gold rush because I'm like almost. It was almost like 2,000 that I had of treasury notes. And hopefully the music's not too loud. I've got that on my phone. I usually will put it on. We have a little Roku TV. But then my hubby went to help a work friend move some things, and the work friend had gone through divorce, and his ex had left a bunch of stuff, including they had a TV in every room, and he was like, I don't need that many TVs, so he just handed the rest of the TVs out to the guys who were helping him. Hubby picked the one, and it's a little bigger than the little, I think we had like a 30, I think it's either 32 or 42 inch. I think it was a 32 inch that we have for the gaming. It was just supposed to be for my setup, like if we played, but um, with how it's set up, he likes that little nook that we made, and he also says that he wants me to be comfortable. And the comfortableness for me is being on the bed because I get to snuggle up with the blankets and stuff, and so he has me take the bed and game. Yeah. Oh, still 1900. Boy, oh boy. Let's get some lunch boxes because I don't have any. There we go. We'll do 6.
Next week it'll be my turn on guard duty.
I kind of wish I'd bring like double XP back. We had it for a couple of days, but it was during a period that we really couldn't play that much. I think we only played one day of double XP. And I was just like, oh, that's so messed up. The reason that we wanted the double XP is because we could have helped my hubs level up a little bit more on the scoreboard, because I'm done. I've already reached 100. I'm like 114, I think. Yeah, 114. So I'm getting up there to the 150. And he is, I think, level like 45 right now. He isn't a Fallout fan like I am. He's not as big as a Fallout fan than I am. I think the only reason that he plays is for me. That's the only reason that he'll hop on. Which I appreciate. I love that he will make time to do something that I love, because he knows that when it comes to gaming, I love to game, but I'm very choosy with the games that I play. And we do have kind of different gaming styles. So yeah, I just appreciate that he does that for me. We're learning, you know, we're learning to make us work because we love each other, and that's what we want. We want to make, because we fell in love, and we want that love to last. And love is a choice. It's not something that you can just be like, oh, it's gonna be a feeling all this time. It's a choice. You're choosing someone. You know, you do love them. You know, you love them who they are. But sometimes, like, you don't like their behaviors. And a lot of people, unfortunately, I'm trying to figure out which one to do. I haven't had this camp up in a while, so maybe this one. It is really difficult, though. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that. They think that it's going to be that feeling that you feel in the beginning, you know. But it's not. That's kind of what leads you into it. But then you have to kind of make a commitment to this person. And unfortunately, sometimes, we do choose the wrong person. But more often than not, it's the right person. Just both of you are just very hurt and unhealed. You've got wounds and stuff that you're trying to overcome, and it's just like you bring that all into one place. It's a little difficult. I haven't had this camp up in a while. What is that? A toy car. I don't even remember putting a toy car there. Interesting, interesting. Alright. So this is a 3-tier camp. If you haven't seen my camps before, they're all empty. There we go. I'll take you on a tour. Alright, so this right here is there's 2 entrances. It depends on which way you're coming from. So there's 2 entrances. You got one way down there and the one up here. Again, it depends on which way you're coming. So I made it to where this was the main entrance. And you can see it's 3 levels. And we'll go down each level. The very first level is an open concept because this right here is just the workshop. Very minimal. It's just minimalistic. Open air concept though, so closed off but still open. And then you come downstairs here, and this is the first living area. This is the living room, bathroom area. And this is the bathroom. And then down here is the secondary living area where your guests would be. So up here is the main living area. This is where you would sleep and rest. And then down here is just if you have guests over, or if you're just hanging out with the darn scorched in this area, I tell ya. It's hitting the thing. Let's come out here. Yeah, he's still out there. The VATS on this thing is pretty bad, so forgive my inability to hit my targets. I'll turn my light glow light on instead of my wrist light so you can see. You have like northern branches. I couldn't really do anything about that tree. But this is the living area where you just like come and rest or have people over. Okay, that's not terribly crooked. Yeah, it's not terribly crooked. And then I've got a shop down here as well. So if this is where they come, if they come up this way through Helvetia, I think this is near Helvetia. Yeah, if they come like through Helvetia and up, or from this way, or Bolton Greens, I should say. Sorry. If they come from the Bolton Greens area, this will be their entrance, and then the other direction will be that one up there. I think it turned out rather nice. I was very happy with it. It's minimal. It is minimal. It's My thing is almost full though. Um, there's Graham's meat cook. Which surprised me because I didn't do a lot of merging on this camp, but it is almost full for the build menu. Make sure there's nothing that needs repaired. And then I had another one. I think that one is on another account. Yeah, I think that's on my other account. I built another. This one here is the Halusha camp, and that's one story. We'll go to Graham's meat cook real quick. Still hoping to get plans for my other accounts, but wait for the cookout to begin. I don't know if I can harvest any wood. I keep forgetting to bring wood with me, and I don't know how long it takes for the resources to come back. Don't see any other wood outcroppings. Oh, here's one down here I can get. Nope, that one I already got too. Alright, well, I guess we're not gonna put wood. Um, it's supposed to come out of your stash. Like when I am, when I'm on my low level account, it comes out of my stash box. So I'm not too entirely sure why it doesn't on this account. I've got plenty of wood in my other account, so it's just, it is a little weird. Oh, here's one. Can I do this one too? No, just that one. I do have some prime meat I can add to the cooked for meat sweats. Pick this up. Like I see, it says you don't have the required items, and it just said that I collected wood too. I don't understand this game sometimes, so it is what it is. Let's come over here. See if I can collect any of this. It'll be over by the time. I think this might have been crater chunks. And then it's done. Oh. I can't grab the salt. The meat cleaver again. Not exactly sure why I keep getting the meat cleaver plan. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I really don't have much of anything for people to buy. So, I'm at 30,000. I'm not too worried. I love Charlie. The one thing that I dislike about this time of year are the mosquitoes. Oh man, I just like get smacked. Oh man, I'm like, that's what not what I really anticipated them to do. I didn't really anticipate them to start. Oh, I saw rat scorpions. I dislike rat scorpions. Where's the oh. There we go. Alright. That's all done. I'm doing this because you get the improved boat. Like if I go to my miscellaneous, I haven't fished for a while with improved boat. So let's see. Yeah, I've got 91 improved boat. I've been just using common boat. So I do that for that reason. And I'll do caravans too. And they count towards the weekly right there. See, I got a score increase. So now I'm back up to 0-3. So it's a plus. It would be even better if they would include these events, these small ones, but they don't. It's only the big world events that count. So it's unfortunate, but there's nothing you can do. I'm pretty sure. Two plans. 300. I'm going to level 1400, so let's go take a look and see if they've got anything good. We got someone asking. 30 minutes. Sorry, that was I was messaging back a friend. Alright, so we're here. Let's see what they've got in their shops. These are all... The other notes are not going to be anything. I've bought these. Like, the fancy desk I haven't gotten yet. I don't want any of these. And I'm not paying that price for them. Let's take a look at their camp. It's a Woman of the Wasteland, too. Picnic area. Not too bad. That's actually a clever idea for that. I should do like a design like this, where you have like this big layout. The only thing is that I have to have like a really clear idea, and it's got to be a really flat surface. Right here, I don't think would be good because it's got the train tracks, and I like to be immersive. If I've got train tracks, I'm going to like utilize the train tracks as part of the camp. So that I won't do. Like, what I would have done is put this wagon, because it's got these wheels. I would have put the wagon on the train tracks, because you could be like, okay, this is what you use the train tracks and stuff. So, I don't know. Just what I would have done. Not knocking anybody's build, just really am planning on doing that. Probably not on this account, because then that means I have to uproot one of these camps. I do have a mobile camp that I bought, so I might turn that one into another camp. Who knows? Just gotta find a location. This one up here, I like a lot. I do like that one. I just don't get a lot of people up that way. People really don't go up there. There's no reason to go up there. Because this right here, these areas, is only for a small little quest, which is that one right there. And that's it. There's no other reason to go up there. So nobody really ventures up that way. This person does have quite a few plans as well. Spend some caps to go up here. I'm gonna back away because I don't... Oh, this is an interesting location for a camp. There is a not scorch beast, a Marlark Queen that will, right on that little island there, she'll spawn there. And then here, sometimes snallygassers can spawn. I do wonder if you have a camp, if they don't spawn as often. Oh, they had red scorpions that spawned here though, so. Just taking a look around. Yeah, there's the Marlark Queen. It would help if I could hit her. I don't do a whole lot of damage. I got blight. There we go. And I'm over cucumbered again. Jeez. Nothing. I don't think I saw that in there. I don't think I've got the... There we go. I don't have the travel one on, so I forgot about Blinky. They don't weigh that much, so I'm okay with that. I was hoping they had a symptomatic somewhere. But we're not over cucumbered anymore, so we'll go to my camp and use the symptomatic. I've got mosquito bites everywhere. I've got one right on my wrist. I've got one on the back of my shoulder. I love that picture. I was taking a picture because the aurora from my camp followed me. And I was going to take a picture, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these thrashers just attacked me. And I got that picture just before I ended up dying. It was great. Here is the symptomatic. Hop in here real quick. Get rid of the disease we got. Trying not to itch my mosquito bites. I've got everywhere, it feels like. We've just been spending so much time outside. Let's put some clothes on Gramps. There we go. Primal cuts again. I do like this camp. I really do. It's not my favorite. So this one I could probably be okay with dismantling at one point. There is another one that I have on my other account that's up this way. But that one, it's like this one. It's a 3-story. So, super taco. Oh. Let's see what they've got. I didn't even see that camp. It's underneath my... Oh my goodness, thank you. Let's go see what they have. That's a lot of plans. I remember having like 800 plans because I had a lot of one, and these didn't weigh anything, so I was able to put them in my stash, and I just had them, and it just went from 800 to, I think I've got less than 100 plans for sale right now. It was astonishing on how quickly that went. I put my plans pretty cheap because they're all pretty common plans to me, so I wasn't gonna bother trying to sell them for any more than what I thought they were worth. I don't sell them for any more than what I would pay for them. So if it's if it's something I'll pay for it, then I'll put that price. But if it's not, I'm not gonna put it any more than that. Alright, so this right here is, see these right here, I'll buy 1,000. This is how much I'll put. I already have fish chowder, so like that is exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't do the big bloom on this account, so I don't really have any other plans. That's Joey somebody. Union violation detected. A lot of people doing events. There's only one person down there. I can probably help if they're still down there. That's if they're down there doing the event. Some people go down there just to see if they can get the red dress to spawn. No luck for me. I had somebody drop it for me. A friend dropped a rifle and some other things, and then the red dress for me, which was amazing because I had been looking for it forever, but I didn't feel the same because it was given to me instead of Oh, is that person not here anymore? Oh, they are here. I make it to the torso. If they're moving, it's really hard for the bats to... just flying everywhere. The last wave. This one we should get another super mute. No, scorch beast. It's like a sliver of health. This generator. It's got a teeny tiny sliver of health. That is so funny. Like, it's super small. You can't even see it. Like, you can barely see that sliver. Let's repair it. No other scorch beast. That's funny. That is funny, actually. I'll just collect everything. I'm not gonna sit there and go through it all. Poor person. I remember coming here for the first time. Oh my, I was terrified. I legitimately was terrified. They're inside the thing, so not even worth it to go in there. I could just get my carry weight booster. Not have to really worry about. There we go. That way I can just fast travel. I don't have the travel perk on, so let's activate this camp. I haven't had it activate in a while either. Oh, gonna be almost time to log off for the live stream. It's gonna be a little shorter than usual because while we're waiting for you at the camp, we're gonna do our daily devotional. This is definitely one of my favorite camps. It is it's tiny. It is really small, but I don't know. It's like perfect. Darn thing. It's always being shot at. And I'm not even gonna worry about the razor grain because that's the only thing that is broken. Alright, let's go in here. Okay, so it's open. Grab all this stuff. There we go. Ammo. If you haven't seen this camp, this one is just a little, so the workshop and everything is here with the shops right here. It's very, this one is not simplistic, it's decorated. I've got things everywhere. These full shelves. Nothing is perfect. It's just like if a normal human was, I wouldn't be perfect. It's got the TV. This is like a seating area. And then this is the living quarters. I got the fireplace. Kind of looks like fog. And then out here, the outdoor living area. With the hot tub. Back out here is minimalistic. I don't have a lot of decor. I did go through this, so for an outdoor seating. Definitely one of my favorite camps. Lots of doors, but I don't know. It's just it's simple, but yet very decorative. Like I've got things everywhere. It's very busy, but it's just it looks lived in, you know. I like that. Not gonna lie. And just sit out here at the fire on the front porch. And in here. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite ones. Definitely one of my favorite ones. Alright, so we will sit here and watch the fire. So today's daily devotional, we are in Romans chapter 14, verse 19. So then let us pursue the things which make for peace, and the things by which one may edify another. In Romans chapter 14, verse 19, we are encouraged to make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification. This verse calls us to consider our actions and words in the context of how they affect our community and how our relationships within the body of Christ. Like how they affect community and our relationships within the body of Christ. The Apostle Paul, who wrote this letter, was addressing a community with differing opinions on certain practices. His guidance remains relevant today. In a world where disagreements can quickly escalate into division, this verse reminds us of the power of unity and love. It's not about uniformity, where everyone must think alike, but about unity in purpose and spirit. To pursue what leads to peace means to actively seek harmony. It requires humility and willingness to listen. In our interactions, both in person and online, we should ask ourselves if our words and actions are building others up. Are they contributing to a stronger, more unified community? Edification is about building up, strengthening, and encouraging each other. This can be through kind words, acts of service, or simply being present for someone in need. In the 21st century, where isolation can feel more prevalent despite constant connectivity, our efforts to edify one another can bring transformational changes. As we navigate our daily lives, let us remember that our ultimate aim is to reflect Christ's love. Our communities are strengthened when we prioritize peace and edification. You can reflect on this by asking some questions. Like, how can you contribute to peace and mutual edification in your community today? Consider reaching out to someone with whom you disagree and find common ground. Or perhaps offer encouragement to someone who needs it. Let your actions be a testament to the love and unity we are called to embody. It's really hard sometimes. I understand that. But when someone, like for me, anyway, this is my opinion. When someone calls himself a Christian, I expect that person to be loved. Just to be loved. They're not going to judge. They're not going to ridicule you. They're not going to, lash out at you. They're not going to be mean, a bully. They're going to try to understand. They're going to be supportive. They're going to, especially when it comes to just having a very different opinion. I'm not talking about being a criminal. I'm not talking about being someone who murders or does anything that's very bad. This is just having differing opinions, especially in today's world, where you see people who are literally judging people just based on their skin color. That's been going on for a long time. I understand that, but today, as I was growing up, I didn't see it a lot. I was the victim of racism. When I was a kid, my dad looks, we have native in us, and so I'm Eastern European, I'm not Eastern, I'm European and native. So my family comes from the European countries. We've got a lot of German, of France. We have a couple that are in Italy. We have Scottish, Irish, Polish, a lot of that area came over. And so when my family migrated over here, they migrated just before, I would say a couple hundred years before America was actually America. So they came over. I think the earliest I found was in the 1400s, 1500s, when there's just colonies here and such. This is just history that I found. Anyway, and then I've got a family who's born here, born here, as in before they're native. They are part of the Native American communities, in the West. So my dad looks full on, what a lot of people, when in Florida, they say that he looks at it like the same. If you haven't noticed that they are the same. But anyway, so my dad, at one point, he was on a job site, and ICE had come through, and my dad almost got deported. I don't know what that was. My dad had almost got deported. He had left all of his wallet and stuff in his truck, because they were out doing construction work, and they literally told him that they were rounding people up, because at that point, you're still, if you're here illegally, you have to come in the right way. I'm all for immigration, but I am all for making sure that we are vetting people. It's no different than having someone come into your home. You're not going to let just people come in and you're not going to know them. You're only going to invite people in that you trust. And those are the people that usually or you've at least vetted a little bit of, if you're getting to know them. So that whole thing about is, for me, I'm all for deportation of people who are not here through the right channels. And I'm also for deportation of those who come here the right way, but then they break the law. If you break the law, the rights are revoked. You've proven that you cannot be trusted. So, if I'm expected to maintain law and order, be accountable for my actions, I expect everybody else to hold the same for themselves. You can't pick and choose. You have to be either for it or against it. And if you're against it, then I don't know why you're here to begin with. I don't know why you're still here. If you don't like the rules, if you don't like the law, then go to a country that better suits your idealistic, or your idealism, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I'll get back to the story. So my dad was almost deported. The only reason I know is because I was home that day, and he had called my mom on a payphone, and telling her the story. I think it was a payphone. It was either a payphone or something. I don't know. There was no cell phones back then, so I'm thinking it was a payphone. So he calls my mom, and he tells her, it's I was just like, my mom was telling me, and I was like, that's crazy. And I had a darker complexion. I still do, but I've been inside more. I think I started to really start not going out as much because of the heat intolerance after the chemo stuff. So I've been slowly kind of getting back to normal, and I've got a tan now, thankfully. But when I was younger, I was outside all the time, and we had a darker complexion. I've got dark brown eyes. They turn black. I've got dark brown hair. It gets black. It turns black when it's wet. It's that dark. And I was outside all the time, so I had a full-on tan. I only ever burned once in my life, and that's when I was younger. And then after that, I don't get sunburns. I just tan. That's it. So I was often mistaken for being Colombian, because in that area that we lived at the time, we had there's a large Colombian community. So I would often be approached by other students, and they'd start speaking, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm like, oh, we thought you were Colombian. And I'm like, no, I'm not. At least I don't think I am. This is just the Native American in me, as far as my complexion goes, and my features. But I never understood how, with me being that shade, because I wasn't white, I don't even count myself white. I don't see skin color. I think that we're all the same hue, the same skin color, just different hues of that skin color, like browns. It goes from super light brown to super dark brown, for example. Anyway, I had been, I have encountered racism from a lot of people, and I've also classism. I don't even know if that's a thing, but like my family was pretty poor during times, and I would be treated poorly by adults based on how I looked. And there'd be other fellow Caucasians, as they say. I'm not even full Caucasian, but you know, whatever. I don't care what they call me. I would be treated poorly by them because I was a different class. And then I would be treated poorly by some other people of different skin hues because I was considered white trash to them, or they call me cracker or whatever. You know exactly what I'm talking about. This is that ghetto mentality, because we grew up at there's a couple of times where we did live in the ghetto for a period. It wasn't very long. My parents didn't stay in place very long, unless it was when they bought their house, and at that point we stayed in that house. But they did move around quite often. So I did go from school to school to school. I can't really pinpoint the longest that I've been. I do want to say that we lived on a house on I think it was Martin Luther King Boulevard in Tampa. I think that was the longest that I remember staying. It's just pink house right on the main stretch. Not the best neighborhood at all. You know, we had a fair share of gun violence in my growing up. I think I was there from the age of 7 or 8, and then we left, I want to say, around when I was 10. That's when my parents bought a house, and we moved there. And yeah, it was the longest that I remember staying in one spot. But I had an interesting childhood, for sure. But I did encounter racism, and I don't understand racism at all, because when I see people, I see people. I don't see any differences. I just see us as a rainbow. You know, we're like any other creature, any other. You know, if a cat comes in multicolors, they're not going to say that's a different race of cat. They're just a cat with different colors. Yes, they're different breeds of cat, but I'm talking about, like, if you have a domestic short-haired cat or a Maine Coon, you know, they come in different colors. It's a Maine Coon. We're a human. We come in different colors. It's the same thing when you have, you know, dogs. You know, you have your Labrador Retrievers. You have 3 colors of labs and varying shades of those colors. You know, the yellow comes from white to this super dark red. Chocolate can be from a super light chocolate to a super dark chocolate that almost looks black. Like literally, it's a very super rich dark chocolate. And then you have black, and even the black can be a little faded, or it could be super lush. So you do have varying shades, and a lot of people don't understand that. And those who think about silver and charcoal and champagne, those are not true colors. Those are diluted. I used to breed labs a long time ago, and I was a preservation breeder, breeding based on bloodlines, preserving the characteristics of the breed and the health and temperament and functionality of what the breed is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a family dog, a guard dog. Yes, a guard dog, and a hunting companion. They're supposed to be very versatile in all of those areas. And I'm not talking about a ferocious guard dog. I'm talking about just a dog who is going to be like, no, I'm going to alert my owner. I'm going to bark. I'm going to act ferocious, but they're very sweet. Just like the nanny dog, the pit bull. Those dogs were the same. You know, they're called nanny dogs because they're great family dogs. Also very good for hunting and for protection. So a lot of these breeds, especially like for the Labrador, they're very versatile, but the functionality of some things have been lost because of improper breeding, inbreeding, and they did inbreeding for the color. So the person who came up with the silver also had Weimaraners, which has that the D locus, which is the gene responsible for the dilution of the color. So when that's introduced to any other breed, it dilutes and it turns to like the gray ghost. The silver comes from the chocolate side of things. So instead of having a light chocolate, it has a silver chocolate color. And then instead of a yellow, it's got a silver yellow, which they call champagne. And then for black, it dilutes that towards a silver black, so it looks like charcoal. So that locus is not naturally found in Labradors. Weimaraners were never bred to Labradors in the past to create the breed. There's no known ones. It was introduced long after the stud books have closed, long after AKC was like, okay, this is it. We're cutting this off. This is where we're going to base it off of. This is the breed standard. No changes are being made. So the breed was therefore a breed. So any introduction, therefore, is considered not purebred. And the breeders falsified records. And I use the term breeder loosely. These people didn't care about the dogs. They only cared about the money. And they marketed these dogs as rare. And they sold them for an extreme amount of money. They come with a slew of health problems because of that D locus is not naturally found in labs. So it comes with some unwanted side effects, hair loss, allergies, a lot of things that the Weimaraner was bred like to resist, but labs are not Weims. And you also have health issues, hip dysplasia, progressive retinal atrophy, other things, HMPK, things like that come in. Well, HMPK is actually now found in labs. They finally got that to register, and we have a test for that now. But I think that the major thing is that the hair loss for silver labs, the severe skin issues, temperament issues because of a Wyman and Labrador, and then the severe amount of inbreeding that took place to create the color, because it's not naturally found in labs. So if you go way back to where the first litter was born, you'll see that siblings were bred together to create more. So, you know, those siblings, and then it just like they condensed it so they can breed, and then they'll bring another dog out and then breed those siblings together. And then they started to branch out more and more. But those issues are already there. And they run prevalent. It's very hard to breed them out, especially if you're not wanting to do that. You're just breeding for color. And they're disregarding everything else. They're disregarding temperament, disregarding ability, disregarding instinct, disregarding stability, disregarding health, disregarding a lot of stuff. So if you focus just on the color, all those other health problems come in and it just erupts. And there's been people time and time again that will get a silver lab and then they love their dog, don't get me wrong, but they do come to regret it because of all of the health problems and temperament problems, and the functionality is just not there. You know, their dog is super shy or not stable because of all the inbreeding, so they can't train the dog for its intended purpose of actually going out to hunt. Because of fearfulness, shyness, just not having that stable temperament. Sometimes they can have other deformities and severe hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia. They could have retinal issues, eye issues, you know, just a whole slew of things just because of someone's greed. But yeah, it's just like that. Humans are no different. We come in different shades. We come in different hues. But we're all the same. We're still human. There's nothing different about us. There's nothing different about us physically. But when you come to the differences of when it comes to cultural, that's where you're going to see a lot of the issues come into play. Oh yeah, so it is time for me to get off. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I wanted to kind of get at. It's like race has, there's no race. We're all human. We're all mankind, womankind. And we need to leave this out of it because all it is causing division, and that division is really hurting us as a species. It's making a lot of really bad people rich, and it's taking funds and money away from and resources from the lower class. I mean, I don't strive to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to be better than anyone. I just want to peacefully coexist with everybody. Anyway, I gotta get going. I do hope that you guys have a great day. We're gonna end with a prayer. It's just a short one, I promise. Heavenly Father, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude. Help us to see the blessings in our lives and to express our thankfulness to those around us. May our words and actions reflect the love and appreciation we have for the people you have placed in our lives. Lord, guide us to with the instruments of your peace, fostering relationships that are built on understanding and love. May our gratitude be a beacon of your grace, drawing us closer to each other and to you. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen, and amen. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. This weekend, I will be, so for the Sabbath, no live stream. First day of the week, which is Sunday, is for preparing for the week. So, also no stream, but I will be here on Monday, bright and early, 7:30ish, 8 o'clock. We'll see. Just depends on what I have going on in the morning. But I'll be here on Monday morning. So have a fantastic day of rest, and have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time, thanks for watching.